Hello, Monetization Nation. I'm Nathan William, your host. Today, I'm going to talk to you about one of the greatest sources of guilt and conflict for an entrepreneur, or at least me as an entrepreneur. So, as an entrepreneur, at least in the early stages of an entrepreneur, when you're starting a new business and it's not wildly profitable, there is a conflict. And the conflict is that you are wanting to spend as much time as you can with the people that you love, your children and your spouse and others. And you're also wanting to spend as much time as you need to be able to build the organization and run the organization so you can provide well for those people you love now and long term. And you really can't give on either of those, right? If you don't spend time building your business and earning the money, then you're not going to be able to provide for those people you love. And if you don't spend time with the people you love, those days are fleeting. And what value is it to have even earned that money? Zig Ziglar famously said, "Love is spelled T-I-M-E." And one thing that's helped me a little bit is to understand that time that I'm investing to show my love isn't just the time with my children and my spouse, but the time is also the time that I am investing to provide for my children and my spouse. Hopefully someday they will see that investment of that time earning the money allows them to do things like college educations and pursuing dreams and things like that. But this is something that I feel like I fall so short in. It's something that gives me so much guilt because I feel like I never spend enough time with those people that I love. I always would love to be spending more time there. So I have 3 daughters, and Miriam and Emma and Becca, thank you for every minute that you have let me spend with you. I want you to always know that those are some of the most, if not the most, treasured and precious moments to me of my life. And I want you to know how it often eats at me, that I would much rather be with you and spend time with you. But I realize that a dad can't spend 24/7 of his time with his daughters, even though sometimes he would really like to. And I know that it's also a dad's stewardship and a dad's responsibility to be able to provide and protect for his children. And since I'm not independently wealthy, I need to do that by working hard and earning the funds to provide for you, not just today, but in the future, so that you can have the future you dream of and the future that God has in store for you. I remember a very sweet story from when my oldest daughter was very young. And there was a day when I was needing to go to work, and my daughter, whose name is Miriam, asked me, "Dad, do you really have to go to work?" And I said, "Yes, Miriam, I do, because I have to pay for the house payment and the car payment and pay for the lights and the food and things like that." And her response was just so sweet. She just said, "Dad, do we really need all of those things?" And in her mind, she wanted time with me more than she was wanting any of those things. And that is the secret guilt of the entrepreneur, is feeling bad about that time that you're investing to try to build a future for your family and provide for your family when you're wanting to spend every waking moment with those people that you love. And that's also one of the most beautiful things about being an entrepreneur, is because when we hit it, when we nail it, when we do it right as an entrepreneur, we can generate that passive income and that freedom we don't have to be in that business 24/7, that we can be there a lot fewer hours than a normal 40-hour work week, and we can have more time with the people we love. And that is my why. That is my dream. That is the thing that I love most and crave most about an entrepreneur, is that freedom, is creating something that can give me the freedom to provide well for and have the time that I want to spend with the people that I love. And that is why I'm doing it. That is the biggest, core, most important reason for me that drives me to do entrepreneurship. So in the meantime, between when an entrepreneur is creating their business and when they've achieved that spot where they're able to work a lot fewer hours and have a lot more time with their family, which I gratefully have achieved at times in my marriage and my time as a father. But in the times where we don't have that luxury, what do we do? And I look back and I look at the times that have worked best for me, when I have been able to show my love through TIME to my children and my wife. And one of the times where maybe I've done a little bit better than others is the time right before my oldest daughter got married and my second daughter went off to college. And for a precious period of time there, I made a goal to take each of my three daughters on a date once a week. And I tried to schedule it in. And I wasn't perfect, but gratefully, I did a pretty good job. And gratefully, my daughters supported it and allowed me to. And I don't mean that as a pat on my back. I mean that as a, oh my goodness, because that actually happened, I had that time. And I allowed my daughters to choose something that they wanted to do as much as possible during those dates. And we did things from knife throwing to playing a unicorn card game to going and getting my youngest daughter's favorite pizza. So entrepreneurs, listen to me. This is very important. I encourage you to sit down with the people that you love the most. And I encourage you to schedule a regular one-on-one time that is sacred and precious and that is in your calendar, and you respect that and you get it in there so you don't schedule anything else on top of it. And if anybody else tries to schedule something on top of it, you say, I am so sorry. I have a very important event that I can't reschedule. And you work with that person to find the things that they are most passionate about. If they love playing unicorn card games, play unicorn card games. If they love going snowboarding, go snowboarding. If they love movie and pizza nights, do movie and pizza nights, right? Find the things that are meaningful to them, that they're passionate about, that will be the greatest deposits in their emotional bank account. Create traditions. Another bit of advice that I would give to entrepreneurs is to create traditions. For example, my daughters and I have a tradition that we like to go to Star Wars or Marvel movies on an opening weekend night. And we didn't get to do that this weekend. The new Spider-Man movie came out because I am stuck in COVID right now and it's killing me. But we will go next week. And I'm very grateful they didn't go without me. That is a tradition. That is something we share together. Another thing that we've shared together a lot is pizza and movie nights. Another thing we've done a lot as a family is we do a family night on Monday nights where we get together and we share a lesson, and we've often done games. My wife and I have a tradition where we regularly do Friday night date nights. And we really try hard to do dinners together as a family. Stephen Covey, in his book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, talks about this as putting the big rocks in first. It's a famous example that he uses, and he gives people big rocks and little pebbles and sand. And he has people put them into a container and try to get them all to fit. And the first time, he has people put the sand in first, and then the little rocks, and then the big rocks, and they don't fit, and they can't make it fit, and people try to cram and stuff, and they just can't get them to work. And then the second person comes and they put the big rocks in first. And then they put the little pebbles in and they shake it and it kind of fills in the holes. And then they put the sand in next and shake it and it all fits in and it doesn't go over the top. And everything is fit within the container. That same thing is true with entrepreneurs who are trying to juggle the business and providing well for their family through the business and the time that they want to spend with their family. And one of the ways to do that is putting the big rocks in first. And the way we do that as entrepreneurs is we schedule in those date nights with our wife and those date nights with our kids. We schedule in the family game nights. We schedule in the family movie nights. We schedule in morning devotionals. We schedule in whatever is important to us, whatever our big rocks are that are going to help us show our love through TIME. And we get those on our calendar first, and then we let everything else fill in around those. So that's my advice for each of us entrepreneurs today. I am falling so short in this, and I know I need to do so much better. But love is spelled TIME. Let's schedule it in and make time for the things that truly matter. Thanks for joining me for this episode, and I wish you success in those relationships that really matter most to you.